Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining and logging on. Hi, Dave. Saw you wave. We're going to wait a few more minutes before introducing Shai, just to let a few more people log on. So you're welcome to kind of get yourselves ready. I think we'll begin in like 2-3 minutes.
Hi, everyone.
That's Shai. We're going to officially introduce him as well, and he'll also introduce himself, and it's going to be a great time.
Who is that in the golden bridge? Are you in San Francisco right now?
You got jokes?
I actually lived in Palo Alto for 6 months.
Who said that? Who lived in San Francisco?
Palo Alto, actually.
Oh my God.
But I actually bicycled the Google, I don't know how to call it.
What is it, a
complex?
Bridge?
Every day to my work as a mover.
God. He froze.
400,000. No, I was a mover. Yeah.
Crazy.
Just, you know.
My dream is to live in the US.
What's stopping you?
Life, responsibilities.
If you're moving, you have to move to Tampa Bay. I lived there for 2 years, and I can swear in God, it's the best place in the state.
Florida, right?
Where's Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay, Florida. Like 1 hour and a half from Orlando and 4 hours from Miami.
I always feel like Florida is like moving to Florida is like moving from one Israel to another Israel.
Yeah.
It is. They call it the place where Jews retire.
Yeah, I always say that I got there too early, and I should go back there when I'll retire.
So have to is probably a strong word, Ariella. Where would you like to move to in the States? What's the dream? Where would you live?
The dream, I feel like
go big. Sky's the limit.
It's either Colorado or Arizona. Either the desert or the snow. One or the other.
I was gonna ask okay.
Yeah.
Either going to tan or freeze to death. Yeah.
Exactly. Like she said, either go big or go home, you know?
Right. I did ask the dream. I didn't say where would you settle for living. I asked her the dream.
All right. So I'm sure more
start, right?
Yeah, more people are going to log on as we wait, but I think we should start for the sake of everyone who did come on time. So hi everyone. If you don't mind turning on your cameras and your microphones as well, that's going to be great. This webinar is going to be a really special webinar. Before I tell you about the webinar, let me quickly introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name is Ariella. I'm Jolt's alumni manager and recruitment consultant. I specialize in all things HR related, basically. And I work closely with all our alumni, kind of like helping you through your job search processes. And as part of our alumni community, we created these webinars once every 2 weeks, where we host a professional from different fields and different topics, and they kind of, bring their specialty to us, and sometimes it's a Q&A and they kind of tell us, and then you can ask questions at the end. But this is why this specific webinar is going to be even more special. Shai has been kind enough to make this an open conversation, one where the goal is for all of us to kind of learn from Shai. I'll just introduce Shai really quickly. Shai is the co-founder and CEO of a company called Maya. Maya is a LinkedIn agency that he founded, and really what they do is, and what he specializes in, is people's LinkedIn profiles. He's going to teach us how to improve our profiles, how to get our LinkedIn profiles not just more views and more responses if we try to network with people, but also maybe possibly even help us create profiles that get people contacting us to network, which is even better. So Shai, let's give Shai a round of applause, and Here we go.
Let's go. So thank you, Ariella, and thank you, Joel, for having me. It's good to be here, guys, and I'm really, really excited for you. I'm excited also by myself, but I'm excited for you because today I'm going to show you in a brief hour how to optimize your LinkedIn profile in order to find a job. So quickly, by raising your head, who's looking for a job right now? Okay, great. So soon I asked to do it in this format so I can use you guys and show you example live. So feel free to ask me questions. And also at the end, I'll stay till the last questions. So no worries, I'll send you my email and everything. But today, we're going to do something slightly different. I have a presentation, but I'm not going to use it. We're going to work live on LinkedIn. I'm going to show you the most advanced hacks for you guys so you can utilize LinkedIn and not only having a great and optimized LinkedIn profile, but also you will know how to use it to generate more meaningful connections. And even after you're finding your dream job, you will know what you need to do with your LinkedIn in order to find maybe the next one or get promoted, or even if you want to be independent worker like me, how to find opportunities. So are you guys excited? Great.
Yes.
Yes, everybody. Okay.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. So the year is 2016. I'm arriving at my first day at IDC Herzliya, which is also known today as the Reichman University. I'm getting my BA actually in psychology and communication. I'm arriving at the gates, sitting in a big hall with 150 new friends for the future. I'm sitting in a big hall. The lecturer comes in, he's going to stage, and can you guess what was the first lecture I ever heard at my first day for my first degree at IDC Herzliya? Any guesses?
Was it LinkedIn related?
It is Adi, thank you for that. So yes, my first lecture when I first arrived to my academic journey was a LinkedIn lecture. Now we all looking at each other, we don't understand why they're teaching us LinkedIn at the first day. What do I have to offer as a young student to this tied platform? But I listened to the lecture and I think I was the only one because I really listened to him and I opened up the account and fall in love with LinkedIn. Few months later, I started to work as a social media manager. And one day I came to my boss and I told her, listen, Shiri, we need to open up a LinkedIn account. Now it's almost 7 years ago. She told me, Shai, listen, let's stay with Facebook and let's get more from Instagram stories. It was brand new back in the days. Like a not polite Israeli, I didn't listen to her and I went and opened up a LinkedIn account to IDC Herzliya without asking her. 4 months later, I came to her with 10,000 followers. And of course, she took all the credit in the next staff meeting. But fast forward a few years forward, and today IDC Herzliya's LinkedIn page is ranked at the top 5 LinkedIn pages on Israel. Moreover, yes, applause, that's nice. Yeah. And just for you to understand, in the past year, we haven't spent even one dime, even one shekel on paid campaigns. We are the first one to actually initiate LinkedIn Live. And moreover, and what we're actually going to do today, my method for profile optimization on LinkedIn is actually being presented on the global presentations by LinkedIn. So everything that I'm about to show you is approved. So except lecturing at Jolt, I'm also lecturing at IDC Herzliya at the New Media College, and I had the chance to lecture to organizations like Microsoft, Google, the US Embassy, the European Union, and many more. We're helping people with their LinkedIn profiles, but we also do marketing on LinkedIn and lectures all over the world. And soon, 18 new episodes of my podcast. So stay tuned. I'm gonna send you everything. So like I said, we're not going to use a presentation. We're going to go straight to LinkedIn because I want to show you the most advanced hacks that actually going to help you. So let me share my screen. This is the presentation. We will send it to you later. Now, I'll make my mouse so it will glow. And just, I can see in my Zoom right now, Adi, Ariella, and Zvi. Can you nod with your head if you can see my mouse?
Yes.
Okay, great. So guys, I want to show you a few of the most important things that you can actually do when you use LinkedIn. The first one, and you should write it all down, comes when we are posting content. I want to show you a few stuff. The first thing that we can actually do is to remember that the sweet spot for the length of a post for a personal profile is 1,400 characters. We can post stuff up to 3,000 characters, but when we post content, we should aspire to use our hashtags along our text. And if you're asking yourself, how many hashtags should we use? A recent study, which examined more than 5,000 posts, showed that the sweet spot is between 3 to 5 hashtags per post. When we should post, when we post that we are looking for a job, for example, between Monday till Thursday, between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. states, over the states. If we take it back to Israel, you need to make the adjustment. You can also post on Sunday and sometimes even Friday.
Eastern Standard Time, sorry.
Yeah. It's actually the studies from the US. So obviously, US, they're not working on Sundays, but here in Israel, we work on Sundays.
No, it means time.
No, he's just asking because Central Time would be something completely different, like the taking the hours of what it would be here.
Yeah, but it's actually between 9 to 2 p.m. It doesn't matter the Central Time, okay? But let me show you one more thing. When we use hashtags, we can use them during our post, but I want to show you an advanced hack how to find a job. Actually, not a lot of people know, but if we go into the search column and we're going to use the hashtag sign and we can write hiring, Adi, which job are you looking for? Or someone else?
Customer success.
Customer success. Let's see, let's see if we have something related to customer success. Okay, so actually right now I can find posts from all over LinkedIn, not from my first and second degrees connection, but people that actually posting stuff related to hiring. If we're going to go a little bit, let's go for hiring now. I will also be able to follow pages like this and always get notifications from people around the world posting stuff on LinkedIn related to job hiring. Now, this is a first trick, but it's not filtered by a country. If we want to go more specific, you probably all tried the job section. Can you see the job section over here? Great. So let's start with this, and then we're going to move forward to profile optimization. Now, they changed a little bit the dashboard, but I want to show you a few amazing stuff that's going to be soon on LinkedIn. First of all, the salary bracket that soon will have enough data so you guys can compare yourself to different people with the same titles as you to understand how much you should ask when they ask you for price range that you want to get hired for. Then you have here the skill assessments, which you can actually take small quizzes that are up to 15 minutes, okay? And sometimes recruiters will ask you to take those exercises. But two of the most important stuff that I want to show you in this section are actually the interview preparation that you can actually log here through the jobs and go to interview prep. And you can try yourself by answering common questions that recruiters have given LinkedIn to use. So you can actually prepare to your next interview using this section. The next one.
Fire me.
What?
They're not going to need me anymore. They're going to fire me.
No.
Yeah, like your face, you were like,
nobody can fire
so
you.
impressed.
But the next thing, Who has here from the Israeli guys, who has here English resumes? Do you have in English resume? Great. Now, maybe some of you don't have, but actually after you finish optimizing your LinkedIn profile, you can go to Resume Builder, click on Create from Profile, and after we're going to finish your profile, you can actually create a resume straight out of your profile and just simply click your job title and you can make as many as you want and it's totally free. Now, when we search for a job, let's say right now, customer success. Okay, I want to show you a few stuff. First of all, you can always set alarms. So if there is a job right now related to customer success that you want to hear about it first, you will get a notification for. But here there are a few stuff that you should always take a look at. This job, Adi, where you want to work? Choose a company.
Any company? Oh my God.
Microsoft sounds good.
Good luck with that. Yeah, sure. Let's pretend
Okay,
that they want
Microsoft.
an enter position.
So the first thing we should always take a look at is how long ago the job went on. Now, 1 week, 143 applicants, it's fine. But if it was the first day, okay, and they got so many applicants, maybe it's not a good way to also delivering your resume because they might get lost. So you always want to check when you're also applying to a certain job. But the one thing that I want you to take from this intro is the next thing. Keywords. Keywords is the #1 tool that will help you create your engagement with the recruiters. I'm also recruiting for a lot of companies. For now, for one company, I'm recruiting right now 50 jobs. So you can talk with me after to see if you fit. Yes, exactly. We will talk after, no worries. But what I want you to see and take a look here, sometimes they describe your title, your skill set in different words, or sometimes they will call something social media marketing, and sometimes they're going to call it digital marketing manager. Now, I need a brave volunteer that has LinkedIn account for, let's say, over 2 years.
I was gonna be brave, but I don't have 2 years.
Okay, you're brave enough. So let's do something cool. So Adi, I'm going to look for your profile.
Hey, Shai, may I just ask a question regarding what you explained? Okay, so what Israel's HR representative do right now? They are deleting their old publishers of a job, and every single day they upload a new one in order to bump it on the flow.
Actually, so, one of the things that the LinkedIn recruiters are not doing good, they're not using their personal profile to find candidates. They're using something called LinkedIn Recruiter. So they're actually losing a lot of the human touch during the process, which I think they should fix. But they are looking for candidates. And when you're going to optimize your profile, as soon as I'm going to show you how, they will find you much more easily. And now I want you to observe the first and the most important phrase I'm going to tell you. Your LinkedIn exposure potential. When we're going to finish with your profiles, your exposure potential will be much more higher. Do you want to see how it looks? Let's see. So Adi, as you guys all can see, Adi and I, we're not first degree connections. We have 3 degrees of connection. We have first degree connections. Let's say Ariella and I were first degree connection, which means she added me or I added her, we approved, and we can send each other messages and see each other post. Now, Adi is a second degree of me. So maybe Ariella is a mutual friend, okay? But we can also use referrals and ask from Ariella to introduce me to Adi, which is a recruiter, which is the best way to actually promote our resume. Because think about it, recruiters are paying their employees to bring them new employees. So you should always aspire to use a mutual connection. But what I want to show you is the next thing. Adi, can you see this little button over here, the more button? Okay, great. Can you see save to PDF? Do you know this button?
Haven't made use of it till now, but
okay.
I can
so
see
take a look
it.
what's going to happen. So take a look what's going to happen. I'm going to have, and we're not friends, kind of a resume of yours. But what I'm going to use it for, you want to work as a customer success, you said, right?
Sure.
So I'm going to do this next thing. I'm going to drag this profile, this PDF to this program. And don't worry, I already prepared you guys with a link with all the tools that I'm about to show you. Ariella will send you everything as soon as we finish. Now we're going to analyze your profile and you're gonna get a score between 0 to 100. Above 80, you're amazing. Let's see.
No pressure.
Drums, 41. Okay, no worries, we're gonna fix it right now.
What are you clapping for, Ariella?
I'm proud.
Okay. So
he said above 80 is good.
You're brave.
Now,
that's what I'm clapping for.
When you reach 80, actually your exposure potential is already higher. So even a really experienced CEO with a lame profile, you will be found much more faster than him. And this is what actually happened to me. People are actually find me and I don't need to look for a job. And also content that I'm publishing, actually generating much more engagement. So take a look. We're dividing the profile for a few different sections. Our headline, which is 10 out of 10 when it comes to Adi, our summary, experience, education, and other stuff. But I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about your keyword analysis. You said you want to work as a customer success. So the word success mentioned 25 times, customer 25, enthusiastic 22, and technology 22. But I'm sure before you wanted to be customer success manager, you did stuff before. For example, I just finished my MA in social psychology, okay? LinkedIn knows how to integrate my psychology skills with my marketing skills and offer me stuff that related for both worlds. So you should always involve your prior jobs and stuff that you did before in your profile. So let's see how it's done. I'm going to go to my profile. Wait, let's move the zoom. And I'm going to go over everything that you should know and see about your profile. Now you can all, of course, add me later, but for now, I want you to be with me. So take a look at the first step that we're going to do. Can you see my URL over here? Can you see it's clean, only my name? Now you guys are actually adding your LinkedIn profile to your LinkedIn account. Now, can you see that also in Adi's URL, there is no funny numbers and characters? Exactly.
Yeah, I got rid of that early.
Exactly. So I want you all guys to check your URLs and tell me if you can see funny numbers and characters at the end of your URL. Who can see those?
I got rid of mine, apparently.
You got rid of yours? Great. Okay. So this is actually the first step. You have it, Itai?
Yes,
okay.
Long
so
time.
Let's see.
I do have to.
You have to? So let's go and see Itai. Okay, this is you, right? So take a look at Itai's. Wait, I can't see the zoom. Ah, you also fixed it. Okay, great. Exactly. So whoever haven't fixed it, the only thing that you should do is go to your profile over here and go to edit public profile and URL, and a new browser will be opened. And the only thing that you should do, just click on this little pencil. And if you have funny numbers and characters, you just need to delete them and click save. And what will happen, that LinkedIn will now promote your profile much more than other profiles that haven't been doing this small step. So this is the first thing for profile optimization that will actually help you be found also through Google much better. The second thing that I want to show you is if you haven't changed your cover image, you should, because if you're still using the generic cover image that LinkedIn gave you as a heritage, okay? At the second that you're just changing it, even for just building from Palo Alto or Colorado, okay, Ariella, just change the picture, the cover image, and automatically, once again, LinkedIn will recognize it and will promote your profile a little bit more. If you don't know how to change your cover image, in the link that Ariella will send you at the end, you will see all the details how to do so. And it's simply using Canva, and you can always write a quote that you really like or show yourself in action, volunteering, lecturing, working, swimming, something that actually tell about the person that actually logged to your profile, a little bit about yourself. Now let's talk about our profile picture. Now I know people think that you should wear a tuxedo, but actually it doesn't really matter. And why is that? Because we should aspire to use picture that people can see our faces. And my recommendation is zoom in until people can see from your shoulders and above. And why is that? We are not uploading selfies of us to LinkedIn. This is actually the only opportunity for people to look at our face. So you want to make the most out of this opportunity. So it doesn't really matter what you guys are wearing, but just don't use selfies, okay? And look like how you're going to work, which is the most important thing. If you're not wearing tuxedo daily, you shouldn't wear it in your photo. Now, as you guys can see, when I wrote my name, I also wrote it in Hebrew for the Israeli guys. And why I did it? Because I'm also working in Israel. And I also want to be found through Google when people write my name in Hebrew. So this is a small recommendation for you guys to write your name also in your native language. And let me show you how to do it. And you don't have to, just a quick hack. If you want to be found through Google, you just write your full name from the right of your last name. Now, so far we talked about pretty easy stuff that maybe some of you know and maybe not. Let's talk about really important stuff. The next thing that we're going to talk about is our headline. Now, I want you to write it down for you guys. The best headlines on LinkedIn have at least 6 words. And most people are actually failing in this crucial area.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
About the name? Did you, I didn't got it right. Did you told us to write our Hebrew name next to our last name?
Yes,
English?
Exactly. Let me show you, Ty. Can you see my full Hebrew name next to my last name in English? Because it will help people, recruiters, for example, if they're writing my name on Google in Hebrew, they will find my LinkedIn account, and I want them to find my LinkedIn account. If someone looking for LinkedIn services and they're writing my name in Hebrew, I want them to find my LinkedIn account. So this is just a recommendation. You can all choose whether to use it or whether not. Now, the next thing is our headline. So like I said, you should use at least 6 words. And this is where most people fail. And why is that? Because people are only mentioning their current or last position. And I want you to remember that people want to work with people, not with titles. So you should always describe also your best skill sets, maybe your degree if you have something, and even mention the job that you're looking for. Because if Adi is going to write that she's looking for a customer success job, she will be found through this keyword. So you should aspire to also describe your job. I'll give an example. Let's say right now, Ariella is an HR recruiter, but as part of her job, she's not only recruiting, right? She's also doing live webinars like we're doing right now. So you can describe action that you're doing as part of your job as well. So you should aspire to use at least 6 words over here. Any questions so far? Yeah.
Shai, when you say words, you don't mean the number of, because you have way more than 6 words. You mean like the things with the little, I don't remember the name of that.
I use the upper scores, yeah.
So you mean 6 between the symbols, 6 times, basically.
This is 2,
okay.
This is 3, this is 4, this is
Cool.
5. Most people doing less than 6. You have up to 120 characters, which is more than enough. And you should use here as much keywords that you can use. Of course, don't exaggerate and lie, but where you can take those keywords from the job descriptions that we saw earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or take a look at this. If we're going back to the program, we're going to keyword search. We're going to write customer success. Let's see, customer success consultant, for example. And here you go. Let's see all the common keywords that are usually being used when we talked about customer success. So great question, Adi. Thank you for that. Let's continue a bit.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is there any importance to the order of titles and words that we choose? Like, would I want to put my job title before my hobbies or my hobbies before, like? It
shouldn't be a hobby. You should describe an action that you do as part of your job. Let's say right now you're a social media manager. I'm throwing any kind of job titles. But maybe as part of your social media management, you're also doing Facebook ads or also doing Photoshop. So you want to describe and amplify your current job title with more keywords related to this job title. Is it clear now?
Wait, I cut out a little bit. Did you say 6 lines or 6 words?
6 words.
Okay.
Okay. Now, for those of you who are looking for jobs, you can also show recruiters you're open to work. Can you see this little bracket over here? You should all use it. And you can actually write the job titles that you are aspiring to have. And you can choose whether if you want to work on site or hybrid. But the one thing that I want to show you, which is important, that if right now you are currently working and you want to browse new opportunities and you don't want people to know about it, if you scroll down, you can see this little arrow over here. Can you see it? Click it and just show recruiters you're open to work. Once again, this will show only recruiters that you're open to work. So nobody in your organization, even the recruiter, will know that you're actually looking for a job. So this is just for you to know that it actually exists and you don't have to tell the entire world that you're looking for a job. Any questions so far?
זה צרות של עשירים, מה שנקרא, for those who already have a job.
Now let's move to the most important part of our profile. And this is where my method being used by LinkedIn. Can you all see the About section over here? Okay. Most people don't really invest time in this section, but this is actually the part that we have the most, we can use the most characters. We have up to 2,600 characters. Now, I challenge you guys to write at least 200 words. And I have a method for it. And by the way, everything that I'm talking about is written in the presentation, so no worries. But let me guide you through this method really quickly. The first thing, we have 7 steps. The first step is Captain Hook. You guys probably heard about Captain Hook from Peter Pan, right? Captain Hook will help you to remind that the first thing that you need to do in every kind of text that you're writing, that you want to captivating people's attention, that you need to write the first or 2 liners that actually going to make people click on the See More button. When people log in to your profile and clicking on the See More button, it's actually signal LinkedIn that you are interesting and they will promote your profile more. Now, how I know all of it? I have lots of meetings with LinkedIn, and this is one of the most unknown tricks that you can use. So the thing that you want to do in the first step, which is Captain Hook, is just create a first liner or up to 2 lines about you or why people should read your About section. What are you going to tell them or why they should work with you? You can use quote by Nelson Mandela or Kobe Bryant, or you can use something from a book or from a song, or just write something captivating that will help people click on the See More button click. Now, let's click it. And no, don't freak out. Mine is long as hell. You don't have to write so much. It's just for your learning. I wrote the entire method. So the second step in the 7 steps method is simple. It's called gaps. I want you to create with your spacing, with your enter key, 3 gaps. And why we're doing it? So previous characters won't disturb your first liner. It will create the gap and people will be able to see the see more button much more clearly. So the first step, Captain Hook. The second one is gap, creating a first liner and then gap it. Question so far? Great, let's continue. So the third step is the circle of life, like in Lion Kings, okay? We want to use 3 different lines or small paragraphs that describing the next following steps. What led us to what are we doing today? What led us to study, or what led us to choose customer success? What led me to open up a LinkedIn agency or Ariella to be an HR? So the first step in this third section, what led us to what are we doing today? The second step is what are we doing today? Once again, maybe like in our headline, we want to reshare with someone that is reading this section, what are we actually doing today, in case he just got to this section before. And the third step is what are we aspiring to do? If we're already working, what change or what we want to achieve in our job? If we're looking for a job, this is the place to actually tell that we are looking for a job. So this is actually our first step, the cycles of life. Now, the circle of life. Now, the fourth step is actually here. And this is the grocery list of skills. You should use between 3 to 5 lines with 2 skills in each one of them. For example, communicating and storytelling, creativity and uncompromised standards. Why I'm using it? You already know the answer, guys. Keywords. It's another implementation of more keywords that will amplify my profile. So this was the fourth step. So a quick recap. Captain Hook, create first or 2 lines, then gaps, creating the gap. Third step is 3 eras of our life. What led us to what we're doing today? What are we doing today and what we are aspiring to do? Fourth step is the grocery list of skills. Now the fifth step. The fifth step is one of the most important ones, maybe the most important one. It's actually describing one project that you led or you were a part of that you're actually proud of, and you can tell recruiter or someone that is actually watching your profile. You want to quantify this achievement. And if, for example, you were organizing conferences for 200 participants, or you led a team in the army, or you volunteered with 100 families, it doesn't matter. You need to choose one project because recruiters want to see how you express yourself. And when you quantified it, it's also give it not only a meaning, but also a proof, a social proof. So the fifth step is actually describing one major project that you were a part of or you led. The sixth step is actually pretty fun. I call it the personal seasoning, like spice up your profile a little bit. This is actually the place that you should consider doing one of the following stuff. Tell about a book that you read and what you learned from it, or maybe you're doing something special like diving or parachuting, or you're doing triathlon, or maybe you're you had a really bad injury and you overcome it and you have a special story to tell. This is the place to actually share a little bit about yourself, because remember, people want to work with people and not with titles. And you never know who's reading your about section, and maybe you will catch his eye with a mutual interest, something that's special only for you. So this is the personal seasoning. You should spice your profile with a little bit personal stuff, not too much, but a little bit. And the seventh step and the last one is your call to action, or call to connect, I call it, which you want to invite people to connect to you through LinkedIn or also to your via your email. And why is that? Because if someone read all of this digging, you want him to be able to just copy your email, so he will be able to send it to you. Any questions so far?
I have another question, if it's okay with everyone. I'm going to give you a little bit of a hard time, being that I come from HR and I've tried, the whole recruiting world. One of the things that I learned is that recruiters don't necessarily spend that long reading summaries, reading resumes, reading the actual content, because they're going through thousands of resumes, thousands of LinkedIn profiles.
Amazing.
How do we overcome that? And how does that make sense with having such a long summary about us on LinkedIn?
So my answer is actually, I'll divide it into two. First of all, remember the glimpse that we created here? We made people read our first liner and maybe the 3 sections of our life, like what led us to what we're doing today, what are we doing today, and what we want to do, plus our grocery list of skills. This should be enough for most recruiters to understand if you want to continue to read or just talk to this person. And this is why I wrote here, had enough, here's more. So I'm giving him the option to read more, but I'm guessing that most people won't read even the first section. So why I'm doing all of it, you already know the answer. Keywords. If nobody is going to read it, at least I want my profile to be found as much as I can. So I guess it's answered your question. Let's see some more stuff that I want to teach you. Now, your profile, after you're going to do the summary, will be amazing. I promise you. 200 words. But let's say you finished already working on your profile.
This is 200 words?
200 words.
This, your about is...
It's more, yes.
More.
More, yes, of course, yeah. But it's only for your learning. Now, Itai, I want you to help me. Can you open up your mic for a second? I want to show you an advanced hack. If I want to add you as my connection on LinkedIn, I want you to guide me through what should I do from the moment that I'm entering your account, your profile. What should I do now?
More.
If I want to add you as my connection, what should I do?
To connect, but if you want, right? if you want to make sure,
no, that's fine, no worries. Common sense, right? And now what should I do?
I add a note.
Exactly.
As far as I'm concerned.
Exactly. Now listen to these guys. Most of the people, when they connecting with people, are just clicking the send button, which is also blue. It's pretty tricky. But the people that are actually just sending connection requests without notes are not being approved by the members that they are sent to. Now, LinkedIn showed in a recent study that actually it's harming your profile. So when you just send people connection requests without telling them why, and they're not approving you, it's harming your profile. You want to see?
Yes.
Okay. So let me show you. You're all going to my network. Can you see? Over here. And from the right, you will see all or manage. Can you see it, Adi? Great, I'll click it. And here you can see received invitations, and here you have sent ones. So I already prepared from ahead few connection requests that I haven't done anything. But if you have connection requests that haven't been approved from more than 3 weeks, you should come and withdraw them. And you should leave this section empty unless it was 1 day, 2 days, 2 weeks online. But you should withdraw connection requests that haven't been approved. Now, next time that you're going to send someone a connection request, you're going to do it in the right way. So let me show you how to do it in the right way.
Wait, so what do you click after my network?
Come again?
After my network, where do you go?
Sorry. My network, see all or manage, and then send. Can you see here send?
Yeah.
Now let's go back to Itai. And now I want to connect with him. And this is very important. We're going to click on add a note. And I have 3 simple steps. First of all, we're always going to use the person name. And why is that? Few months ago, I sent someone really high level at LinkedIn a note to connect with after his webinar. He answered me like this: "Hi, Shai, just for you to know, from the 150 connection requests I've been asked to approve today, you're the only one who actually used the note. Here you go, let's stay connected." Now what happened? After a few months, I needed him, but he already saw that we spoke before. So this is crucial, and you never know where this person actually going to work in the future. Now, why we're using the name of the person? It's called the name letter effect. Quick reminder, I'm also a psychologist. The name letter effect that we actually attract to people that using our name. So as you guys can see, I always use Adi's name and Ariela's names and Itai's names. Why? Okay. Now, you should use the person name and always conclude with your name as well. So for next time, he will see your name pretty quickly. But what happened in the middle? Now, we're probably not going to add connections from Bangladesh or India because we have no business interest with, but we do want to add for our connections people that are in this webinar right now as we speak, even if you don't know them, because you never know where they will work in the future and how this connection will help you. But you should also aspire to invite connections from people from your industry, people that you listen to a podcast or a lecture, or you read a post, even if you don't know them. So it can be, "Hi, Alina, I read your latest post and I really like your perspective on social media management. Would love to connect." When you state your reason, it's much more easier to help you, to approve you. Now, LinkedIn actually measuring how well you perform when you add other connections. So you should invest time when you add people to your network, okay? It will actually make your profile stronger. Do you want to see? Let me show you. So Itai, I'm just sending you this connection request right now, and I want to show you the next thing. I'm going to go to Google over here, and I'm going to write SSI LinkedIn. I'm going to go to the first thing over here, and I'm going to see get your score free. It's by LinkedIn. And now I can see my score over the last week and how well I'm building my professional network, okay? How I engage with insights and build my relationships. So everything that I just showed you is crucial. So in order to improve this section, I'm going to show you the most advanced hack I have in my sleeves. Are you guys ready?
What did you write into the search bar?
Just click on Google and write SSI.
SSI.
SSI, thanks.
SSI, yeah. No.
If you're rating a 66, I really don't think any of us should be looking at ours quite yet. I don't think it's going to be a number that anyone's going to be happy with.
It's weekly. It's a weekly measurement, so no worries about it.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay? It's a weekly measurement, no worries. Now, here's the post by Jolt. Okay, by mistake, by the way. Okay, so I want to teach you my most advanced hack, and his name is dwell time. Dwell time means how long we are lasting on a certain post. LinkedIn actually check how long it's taking us to read a certain post and comment on it. Now, if a post is longer with more characters, it should take us more time to react on it, right? So dwell time has 4 steps that will actually help you. It's like a prescription from your medical doctor, okay? That you should do at least once a day in order to improve and optimize your profile. It will actually help you. So let's choose maybe this post, for example, which is pretty long, or you can actually search for a post that you are actually interested in, let's say digital marketing, okay, with the hashtag like we've seen before. And then you can do the following steps. So I want to take, for example, this post. The first step out of 4 in dwell time is actually reading the post and stall on it, stay on it, dwell on it for a few seconds. As much as it's long, you should stay longer. But the second step is do not use the simple like button. Always use one of the other reactions. It's also helping the writer of the post, but also for you, for your dwell time. But the third and the fourth step is the most important ones. When you comment, you should always aspire to comment with 5 or more words. LinkedIn actually check how long a post is and how many characters and words you use to comment. Now you can do it also for recruiters if they post something, and it will notify them if you also mention them. And this is the fourth step. When you just comment on someone else's post.
Oh, so how many words?
Come again?
Sorry, but how many words again?
5. So for example, thanks for sharing. This is great. Just for the quick example. Or Ariela, check this out. Okay. Now, when you can tag someone else, and Dave, 1 second, you can tag someone else or the writer of the post. And what will happen that if right now Coral or Dalia or Jonathan or Nir want to attract a recruiter attention, he saw a post by him, when you commenting on his post, you should tag him, or even if he's someone famous, because then they will get a special notification that someone mentioned them in a comment. But guys, I have to be honest, I lied. I have one more advanced hack for you. Are you guys ready?
Before you continue, I just want to say something. I have a friend and she's an influencer and she's a little bit famous, and she told me when talking about engagement on Instagram, for example, she always tells me, if you're gonna comment, write more than just 3 or 4 words, write something long and
exactly. You want to generate conversation. Actually, I don't have time to go to the LinkedIn algorithm, but likes are 1 point, let's say, shares are 2 points, and comments are 5 points. Like comments are LinkedIn most powerful weapon to use in order to make your profile stronger, to show them that you're actually active on the platform. But I want to show you more advanced tool, and we will have a question in a few minutes from now, okay? So, do you guys know Tony Robbins? Of course, right? Now, Tony Robbins is a famous guy. He don't want to be disturbed, but Tony Robbins is the recruiter, the CEO that we want to reach to, but we can't, right? Because he's not a first-degree connection, right? I want to show you a hack, how you can send a message to everybody on LinkedIn without paying even 1 dime. You guys ready? So let's go to Tony Robbins' profile. Let me show you. And as you can see, it's a second-degree connection of mine. Let me show you. And I obviously can't send him a message. What I'm going to do, and I can do it for every profile, no matter what, except Bill Gates, which I checked and it doesn't work on him. But all other people, it's working. So take a look. You're scrolling down to the bottom of every profile. You're going to interests and you click see all. And then when you log to see all, you can see groups. You log to groups, and I already asked to join Strategy and Business Magazine. I'm going to Strategy and Business Magazine. And then here from the right, I can see all the members in this group. I'm clicking on see all, and then I'm going to write you Tony. I'll find him and I will write him.
Wait, so as long as you find, okay, if you find a group that this person that you're interested in messaging is in, and you get admitted into that group, you can then just send them a message.
Exactly.
All like free and clear.
That's
so
great.
You can find the people
that is
or recruiters
so sneaky.
that you want to be in connection with. You just need to find their groups and log into this group, being approved, and then you can communicate with them as much as you want.
It's not a direct message, it's a direct message.
It's not a direct message, it's not an email, it's not gonna cost you a dime, but use it wisely.
That's,
so guys,
that's sneaky.
We're learning how to be stalkers over here.
Thank you for listening. I think it was the briefest of lecture I ever gave. I will leave you enough time for questions, but I want to show you one more thing regarding your profile optimization. So as you saw before, we started with Adi's profile. We talked about her keyword analysis, that she needs to implement more keywords regarding her profession. Now, we saw her score. So maybe she has 10 out of 10 in her headline, but maybe, just maybe, you don't use enough keywords. So maybe you have a great score, but you need to use more keywords. Now, the most important part is actually the summary, the about section that we talked about. But why I haven't shown you the experience part, and let me show you how it's looking on my end, that actually the experience part has the same rules like our about section, slightly different. Here, we also going to use different kind of headlines to describe our former job. You can describe here contracts. For example, I did the contract with the US Embassy and Google and the Ministry of Tourism, okay? And here, you should aspire to also write in bullet points something. For example, as part of my job, I was responsible for blah, blah, blah. Describe in bullet points what you had to do as part of your job. And then you can do it also for your education. So if you have 1 degree, first degree, second degree, doesn't matter. Write your favorite courses, also with JOLTS. Take the names of the JOLTS that you had and write them down in bullet points. For example, LinkedIn session, write it down. It's another keyword for your profile. So use it smartly. And the one last thing, you have a recommendation section. Now, most of you probably don't see it. And if you don't see something in my profile that you want to have, the only thing that you should do is just click on add section and you will find everything that you need here. I want you guys to have at least 3 recommendations on your profiles. The most engaged profiles on LinkedIn have at least 3 recommendations. Now, it's not an army recommendation from our commander or from our lecturer. You can ask people that you worked with for a recommendation, and it will help you expose your profile much more. So guys, thank you for listening. I'm here till the last question. I know you probably have a lot. I hope you enjoyed. Ariella will send you the presentation. Everything is a step by step, everything that I talked, and even more stuff, okay? And also she will send you a link with lots of tools and hacks on how to optimize your profile. So I'm here for your questions. Yes.
With the I don't remember what you called it for some reason right now, the hovering time. So with dwelling time. So I'm well aware of those algorithms in like social media and I avoid them. So like, for instance, I try and like move fast so that Instagram doesn't get any ideas about what it thinks I like and I don't. With LinkedIn, is it the longer the better almost? No, like I don't want them to think it takes me like 5 minutes to read like a short piece, but like, it like
the most important part, I'm sometimes exaggerate just to get the point right, but the most important part is actually the comment part. You want to generate a conversation, so it's totally fine and common. If you saw, let's say, Rachel post, and you think you think differently from her, it's totally fine to express your feeling, to tell what you feel, and share your perspective. And why is that? And Ariella can tell you this by herself. If she's looking for a candidate for a job, she can explore his activity,
right?
And to see how he expresses himself on LinkedIn. And she can see his comments. So this is very crucial. And you just need to do it 10 minutes a day. So I haven't showed this, slide, but I'll show you it just for the end. Guys, this is the tortoise method. LinkedIn can be overwhelming. You don't want to do everything in the same day. Just split your days. Don't do anything today. Tomorrow, just fix your headline. In 2 days from now, fix your about section. Now, I forgot to show you a funny video, so let me show you.
Why is Jake there?
Yes, Jake Gyllenhaal. You should see this. Wait, I'll show you this video, guys.
Oh my God, he's so young.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a job. In fact, I've made up my mind to find a career that I can learn and grow into. Who am I? I'm a hard worker. I set high goals and I've been told that I'm persistent. Now, I'm not fooling myself, sir. Having been raised with the self-esteem movement so popular in schools, I used to expect my needs to be considered. But I know that today's work culture no longer caters to the job loyalty that could be promised to earlier generations. What I believe, sir, is that good things come to those who work their asses off, and that good people, such as yourself, who reached the top of the mountain, didn't just fall there. My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket!
Guys, you have to make the money to buy the ticket. I know all of you want to nail the next job, but think about your 3 next jobs. Think what skills you need to acquire today in order to reach your dream job. And the most important skills that you can improve as after this lesson, I call it self-learning. This is the most important skill in my honest opinion, because cybersecurity companies, gaming companies, who knows their products right now? Nobody. You will adjust yourself. You don't need to freak out from those jobs. You just need to bring all of your skills from different kind of jobs you had over the years and your experience and your personality, and it will be fine. You can always contact me. I will be more than happy to help you guys, and I'm here for questions. Yes.
Shai?
Yeah.
I just try to contact, it's Mark. I try to contact you, your LinkedIn profile. It says just follow. How do I just send you a message?
Okay, because I'm writing a lot of content to LinkedIn, my profile is actually an influencer profile. So if you want to add me as a connection, you will have 3 dots from the right, and then you'll click it, and then you'll have a connect.
Okay, thank you.
And soon, guys, I will have a few more stuff for you. A podcast with 18 episodes and a content library. And you should also follow me because I'm posting a lot of stuff about LinkedIn.
And Mark, don't forget to write a note.
5 things in 5 minutes.
And don't forget to write a note. You don't have to write a note. That's fine. For me, you don't
write a note with Shai's name and your name.
No, it'll be good practice.
So I was about to say, gonna make us work for the follow, for the connect, or
wait, Jonathan. Yes, Jonathan.
Thanks, brother. What are some times when you use that connection technique? What are times you've used it that's helped you, and what are ways you'd recommend using?
The connection technique.
Where you go to the interests and groups that they're in, and
yes. So think about it like this. I'll go the full scale of the journey that I want to take you through. Let's say you're going and you find a hashtag that is interesting to you, like hashtag social media. You found a post that you liked from someone from Palo Alto, okay? Back again to Palo Alto. You saw this person, he published something remarkable about social media. You dwell on his post, you comment on his post and mention him. And when you mention him, maybe he will add you as a connection, or you will add him as a connection. And in that way, you're generating and being active on your on the platform, and also expanding your network. So this is like the full journey of what you can do with these connection requests. You can go full scale, and as I showed you the SSI score, it's actually measuring every step that you're doing on LinkedIn. Okay, so I hope it was a good answer.
I have a question.
Yes, Alex.
So you're saying that the experience section, what I write there, I shouldn't stick at all to what was in my CV. Like I should recreate what I put in there.
If you want to go all in on your experience section, you should use more than one title to describe your job. Because let's say you were product development or sales representative. Maybe as part of your job you did something extra, because all of us doing something extra in our job. But you should, in the description section of your experience, write in bullet points at least what you did as part of your job. Or if you want to go all in, you can again describe a certain project or achievement that you had as part of this job.
So first priority would be an achievement, like before responsibility, before just what I did.
Yes, it can be great. And I forgot to show you guys something. So here you go. I almost forgot. Guys, I want to introduce you to someone. Wait, not this, not Jake Gyllenhaal. Get out of here. Let's go back to LinkedIn. Guy, I want to show you and introduce you Maya Israeli. Maya Israeli is a fake account that I opened up. I haven't finished him yet. That can show you how a profile can or should look in the experience section. So you can all go, Alex, and add Maya Israeli as a LinkedIn connection. You have here all kinds of different descriptions for different kind of jobs. Now, when you will try to add her as your connection request, it will ask for an email. So the email is simple. It's just mayaisraeli555@gmail.com, and you will have an access to all of these sections to see how to write different kind of job descriptions, including all kinds of different articles. And also in my profile, you can go and I write a lot about different stuff in LinkedIn articles. Yes, more questions. I'm here till the last question, so challenge me.
Just I missed, how do you once in your notes, how to hashtag somebody to add somebody's another person?
How to
when you add it on the note? No, so when you're in the note, you add it on the 5 words or whatever, and then you want to send it to a certain person. How do you do the hashtag there?
Okay, got you. Right now, let me move the zoom. Let me see right now, let's say this post, okay, by Filippo, okay? I'm commenting on his profile, let's say thanks or something. He will get a notification and he will probably like my comment or will comment back if I wrote something smart. It will take the time to do it. And then it's much more easier to add him as a new connection, because after I will post it, I will just be able to click it and I have a message here, but you will have a connection request and then you can send him a note right away. It shortens things up, but it's the long but the right way to do so.
Okay, thank you.
What's the email again for the Maya connection?
Maya Israeli, Maya, M-A-I-A, Israeli, like you hear, 555@gmail.com. I will approve you all later, and you don't have to send Maya no worries. By the way, Maya is the Greek goddess of growth, prosperity, and success. So this is her, just for you to know. Yes, more questions.
Should we comment or like with a post with a few numbers of likes, like a low number?
Yeah, sure. If it's a friend of yours, sure. Not all posts that you're going to comment on will be long. That's totally fine. But you want to be engaged with content from your industry or your profession. First of all, you want to gain more knowledge, which is totally fine. I'm not getting to Instagram or Facebook anymore. So I want to consume my content on LinkedIn. So it's a great way to do so. Second of all, it's helping me to connect with more people. I always expanded my network. So no, you don't have to comment on long posts, just on the right people at the right time with the right message.
Thanks.
Guys, this is your opportunity.
Your opportunity. I told Ariella that I don't want to do it like a webinar that I only see myself. I'm here with you guys, so you can ask me everything that you.
I'm sorry, I think I missed the first 5 minutes, and I tried to understand about the site Free LinkedIn Profile.
Yes, it's actually called Resume Awarded. Ariella, can you send them in the chat the link with everything, all the tools that I sent you? Thanks.
Thank you.
She will send you everything. There is lots of stuff.
Put it in the chat right now.
Yes, that you can actually.
But we're also going to get it in the email, right?
You're going to get everything. No worries about it. Yes. Any more questions? Yeah.
So my question is really in relation to, I mean, that was very helpful. The answer is still helpful, but how have you used it? Like, do you have a personal story that you could share that would help exemplify?
Yes, of course. Okay, first of all, I'm a LinkedIn addicted. Seriously, I'm like, this is what we do all day long, and like, I love this platform. But I think the thing that actually inspiring me the most, and this is why we actually established the company. Right now, we're doing also marketing and lectures all over the world, but we started because we want to help people find jobs. And as soon as we discovered all the little hacks and stuff and promote them to other people, and we saw the result, Jonathan, that after you're going to implement the hacks and the profile optimization that I just showed you, it's a matter of days till you will see people adding you as a connection and sending you messages. And this is something remarkable, because instead of hunting a job, you're turning to the prey. Like, people are logging to your profile, looking at your profile, and the thing that I like to hear the most is when a customer is calling us and actually tell us what you did to our profile. Like, I'm getting a lot of messages from different kind of people with different kind of opportunities. So I really hope that you will all take those notes and implement them, because it will actually help you. So I hope it's a good story.
It is. Also, last question, if where do you personally, where's some resources you recommend to look for hacks? Because I'm sure new ones come up all the time.
First of all, you can follow me, obviously, because I have a really good connection with the global LinkedIn, so I'm getting a lot of stuff from them. Just for example, really soon, first of all, they canceled the stories on LinkedIn, but they just noticed that a few weeks from now, they're going to implement kind of a Fiverr within LinkedIn. So also independent people will have opportunity to find contracts or jobs. So this is something which is actually brand new. And you know what? Because you stay for so long, I want to give you something extra. When you're going to work in organizations and you want to leave your mark, you can give them this few next sentences that I'm about to tell you. If a company right now wants to leverage their business space on LinkedIn, the best way to leverage a LinkedIn business page on LinkedIn is by using the personal profiles of the employees. So one of the things that we do, we go into big companies and we're building a lot of profiles for different kinds of employees. As much as they're going to be active on the platform, it will help their business page to be stronger. And why is that important? Because listen to this, and this is something that you probably never heard before. LinkedIn is the #1 platform for generating B2B leads, more than Google, Twitter, and Facebook together. And LinkedIn is responsible for 50% of the social media traffic for websites, which means, in simple words, if you want to lead people to your website, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube all together are responsible for 50% of social media traffic, and LinkedIn, the other 50%. So
amazing.
It's mind-blowing.
So it's sort of like how people say when you like about money, they say make your money work for you. So you're saying the more you put into your LinkedIn account, it's going to work for you while you're not even on it.
This is exactly what I did for IDC Herzliya. We haven't spent even 1 shekel in the last year because we have 1,500 employees. I approve their profiles. I post on a daily basis, and it's actually helping. And if I'll show you the page, you will see every month 1 more 1,000 followers. And I'm not doing nothing. I'm just posting stuff. And my employees or lecturers are also posting stuff. So you want to be consistent when it's come to posting. So if one of you want to start also posting in his profile, you should be consistent. Now, it's not, it won't be good to just post something today and something a month from now.
Right.
So you should prepare a few stuff and then do it. Guys, a lot of tricks.
Guy, I hate to break it to you, but it doesn't look like you and Omri Caspi are going to make a connection. You've been waiting for him for a month.
Yes,
I noticed
actually,
that
in yesterday's session, by the way, this is, I just counted in this year, okay? This is my 120 session of LinkedIn lecture.
Woo!
Yes.
Wow.
Which means last year I did 120. So by the end of the year, I will make more, which is exciting. And actually in last night session, I showed this trick with Naftali Bennett.
Are you saying you're wearing him down? Because it says that you've been waiting a month for him.
And I actually spoke with his spokesman, and I offered him a profile optimization to his profile, but he haven't answered me.
Fingers crossed.
Finger crossed. No, that's fine. Yes, guys, you can log off. I'm here till the last person. You can ask me whatever you want about LinkedIn, unless Ariella really want to go to sleep.
Ariella's
I'm
fine.
dropping everything on your head.
Ariella wants everybody to get the answers they need. So really,
any more questions, guys?
I kind of have a question. It's related to LinkedIn. Now, this is normally something that I would just Google and get the answer, but for some reason I couldn't find it. So maybe you can help me. Let's see. So you probably know about this whole job alert feature on LinkedIn, right? So I originally set mine to Tel Aviv and Hadera. Now, I want to add Haifa as well, right? And for some reason, I'm just not managing to do that.
Okay, let me show you. First of all, they just changed it, different kind of changes over the last few days. So let's go to job alerts, search for jobs, set an alarm. And now we can set an alarm for, let's say, customer success, alert on. Let's go to jobs, let me see. Okay. They changed it a little bit. Why it's not letting me change? It's showing me only in Israel. Let's do it by Haifa, you said?
Yeah.
Let me see. See, it's already on. Okay. Okay, so you can go one time to Haifa, one time to Be'er Sheva, what he said. Let's say
Hadera. Yeah, we can do that.
Hadera. But you can do it for multiple times.
Yeah, no, but for some reason, I used to be able to set them, but now I can't. And
yeah, because they change it. By the way, the entire profile is going to be changed a little bit in the next few days. It's already happening in Brazil and Canada. They just mixing stuff up a little bit. So we might see some changes.
Oh, got me confused, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing. But now people will find you, so you don't have to use job alerts.
You know what? You just solved it for me. There we go. It's right there. Jobs in Haifa, Israel, set alert. Thank you.
Okay, guys and ladies. One last question.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the lesson. I learned a lot.
Thank you, guys, and good luck. And you feel free to contact me. I have a lot of jobs to hire for my customers, so maybe I'll find someone for me or Ariella.
Well, I was just gonna say, since we're already on the topic of LinkedIn, we also have our own little alumni community group on LinkedIn that we would love it if you could join our group and post whatever you think, any content that you think could be helpful for us, any job offers you have.
Wow, I have so many.
Love that.
You should mention it earlier.
We're leaving the best for last.
Yes.
I do want to ask before we kind of say goodbye to Shai and good night to me. I want to know if anybody else has any questions before we finish our session here.
Is
right,
Maya
awesome.
looking for a CSM?
I'm I'm looking for right now a product manager. If someone is a product.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
That's just for Maya. I'm sure you have others too.
Yeah, I have many more.
So anyway, Shai, I know I'm speaking for everyone, but we really all want to thank you so much for all the tips. I know as a recruiter, I've been doing this for years and my mind was blown by many of the things you told us. I'm sure many people here got a few tips as well. So thank you so much really for the time and everything. And thank you for allowing us to connect with you on LinkedIn and kind of grow our network with you. This is, really meaningful to all of us. So thank you again. And it was a pleasure. This was a great session and we really appreciate it.
Thank you guys. I had a great time. And thank you, Ariel, for having me. And I'll see you in LinkedIn, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Shai.